So Amazing Lucas has been losing subs, a lot of subs. In fact, he went from about 500,000 last year to now he's about 395,000. What the hell is going on? Welcome to Escaping the Echo Chamber. So in fact, I've been wanting to do this video and I've been meaning to do this video, and I always intended to do this video because this does tie into the bigger story of what's going on amongst Black conservatives. I've spoken about a Black conservative civil war, and this is one aspect of it. So you're going to want to check out this whole thing. You're going to want to stay to the end because I'm going to fill in a couple of pieces to set up the stage for what's going on in the Black conservative space. But let's start with Amazing Lucas. I've been watching Amazing Lucas since 2017. And, you know, the thing is, even though I didn't agree with him, and a lot of the stuff he was saying seemed, you know, overly critical and just talking point like, his presentation was just really good. Like he had, like he knows how to put on, you know, his channel. He knows how to put on a show. He knows how to entertain. So even while you're not agreeing with him, you're being entertained. And I'm the type of person that I will watch opposing viewpoints. I watch left wing, you know, I watch some Young Turks, Jimmy Dore, Sam Cedar. I watch right wing stuff. I watch some Shapiro. I'll watch some Rubin Report. Like I'll try to watch different things from different aspects to get opposing viewpoints, because I want to know what people who don't agree with me think. And you may say, wait a minute, you just named everybody. Yes, because I don't agree with anybody in totality. I'm an independent thinker. That's what independent thought is. So if you're Team Candace, you might want to ask yourself, are you truly an independent thinker? But yeah, I will watch right-leaning stuff. I will watch left-leaning stuff and listen to what they're saying. I will watch MSNBC. I will watch Fox News, and I will get a feel for, you know, two sides of the story, and then know that the truth is something different from that, because that's how it goes. They've got their spin, and then you've got to figure out what the truth is. But he is like, he's always been able to entertain, and I'm like, okay, yeah. So he was one of the individuals that even if I disagree with him, I would watch his content and like, okay, yeah, this guy is, you know, he would present things comically. Oh my goodness, you know, I butchered that. That was bad. That was really bad. But he would do stuff like that, and he just brought a lot of personality to his show. So even if you didn't agree with him, even though I didn't agree with him on a bunch of stuff, I was like, okay, you know, this cat's got personality. And you know, the talking points were something that I didn't like, and I would see from other people as well. But other people, just like some people, just like clearly like reading from a script, have no idea. But the question is, the incident is that some people believe these talking points. I believe Lucas was one of these people. I believe at one time he fully bought these talking points. However, there's things that happened. And last week, or at least a couple of weeks ago, he was telling a story about him going to a TPUSA event. Brandon Tatum, Candace Owens were there. Other people were there too, including Hotep Jesus. Now, the interesting thing is, he began telling the story. Hotep Jesus told the story in his show and filled in some details. So he goes to this event, and he's, you know, like, you know, at this point, he's learned some things about a Candace Owens. You know, he's learned about social autopsy, and he doesn't care that, you know, Candace and Charlie Kirk are like, you know, at the top of this thing. He's like, I'm going to get to the bottom of this right here and now. In front of I'm willing to blow up the spot right now. But Hotep Jesus is like, chill, trying to calm him down, talks to him, pulls his eyes, listen, let's just get this bag. And, you know, we know the truth, but hey, just get this bag. So ultimately, he just winds up getting away from there. And, you know, one of the things he says is, you know, Brandon Tatum, Candace told Brandon, is, you know, like, if you can't control him, get rid of him, you know. And so that right there tells you something that a lot of us don't see. A lot of us weren't behind the scenes. A lot of us don't know what was going on behind the scenes. Some of us may know, you know, through stories or whatever, but a lot of us weren't there. So a lot of us are just seeing stuff on what's happening on screen right now. And a lot of us aren't even watching everything that's going on screen because, hey, life, we have things to do. But him being in that space appears to have informed him of certain things. It appears to inform him that some people are just grifting. Some people are just in this, they're playing games. They don't believe the stuff that's coming out of their mouths. So now, if you're a person that believes the talking points, and you're seeing people that are repeating the talking points who don't believe it, who don't do any reading, don't do any research, don't know anything, just, oh, because he's talked about how Candace would just go up to Charlie Kirk and say, oh yeah, what do I say when they say this? What, like, was doing no research, just a talking head. That's it. Just reading scripts. So if you're at that point, you got to realize, okay, how real is this? And it seems that because if you've been watching him, he's been talking about stuff he's reading, research he's doing. So he's actually doing work right now. But a lot of people say, oh, he's jealous of Brandon Tatum. He's jealous of Candace Owens. Now, remind you, this was back years ago that these incidences were happening. In fact, his beef with Tatum, his disagreements with Tatum about Melvin Harris, that was what, 2019. And even before then, if you look at his channel, 2017, I believe it is, he's got videos talking about Candace and stuff that's, questionable in Candace's past and present. So this isn't out of the blue. You can sit here and believe and act and pretend that, oh, now he's just jealous that they're successful. And like, no, like this is something that's been brewing for a while. But it's also keen to note he's not the only person who knows this. But we're going to stay with him for now. Because we talk about Melvin Harris video. And Melvin Harris was a father who beat up a guy who tried to get into his daughter's bathroom stall. And the guy died. And Melvin Harris was charged. He defended Melvin Harris. Tatum thought, no, he's a criminal, lock him up. And so this was one of their debates, one of their disagreements. But it progressed. Because, like I said, 500,000 subscribers is about where he was last year. Ahmaud Arbery happens. George Floyd happens. Tatum and Candace are like, oh, he's a criminal. He wasn't jogging, he was stealing. No evidence for that. George Floyd, he was a drug addict. He's a scumbag. What, this is the kind of nonsense they were saying. He took issue with this because if you've noticed, he has been more attentive to police brutality, not just and think about this, because when Candace and them talk about police brutality, they then talk about shootings. They say the word police brutality, but then talk about police murders as if that's all of what police brutality is. It's not. Stop playing around like you don't know what words mean. Words have meaning, and police brutality means more than just police murders. Okay, but he starts breaking stuff down. He starts realizing, wait a minute, this stuff is out of hand. There's lots of issues in criminal justice. In fact, he even was going to Capitol Hill, trying to, Amazing Lucas now, was going to Capitol Hill trying to get support, garner more support for criminal justice reform. So yeah, he went to Capitol Hill to talk to congressmen about the First Step Act. But so criminal justice reform, clearly, and doing more research is something he's been doing. So now he's looking beyond the talking points. You can sit here and say, oh, he's changed. But it's that he's actually reading. He's not just staying with surface level talking points. A lot of people do. A lot of people just hear some talking points, don't do any research, and then just run with it and act like, oh, that's reality. They got a couple of data points. And, oh, she's telling the truth. The numbers don't lie, but the numbers aren't complete. Because what she didn't tell you is about the 13% of the population, 52% of the murders is, oh, what about other violent crimes? Oh, once again, you intentionally kept it low. You intentionally kept this very narrowly defined. You left out a bunch of other crimes. How convenient. Was that by accident? Of course it wasn't. Additionally, the records aren't even complete because the FBI data that they're relying on to provide these stats is voluntarily provided by police departments, some of who just choose not to provide any information. Okay, so, and you're talking about arrest. So if you know the actual facts, you realize that the data points that are being used are very lacking, to say the least. So you got to dig deeper if you want to have a clearer picture. Most people don't. Lucas has been. And it's been changing the way he spoke about certain issues. It's been changing his tone about certain issues. And certain people are getting upset. But the interesting thing is, when Lucas was talking about issues in the black community, stupid stuff black people were doing, he would rain down fire. And I can tell you, I was like, wow, man, your tone is like really, is really something. Other people said the same thing. In fact, Lucas actually did a video years ago talking about how people were calling him, a coon. And he was like, so I stopped and I'm taking a look at myself to see if maybe is there any validity to what they're saying. And so I started examining the stuff I was saying. I wanted to make sure it's true and that I'm not just saying stuff to pander to white conservatives. He says, I'm examining, and no, I'm telling you what I truly believe. And now, after doing more research, he's learning more. So now he's telling his audience something that they haven't done the research on, something that they don't like, and something that doesn't fit the narrative and the talking points that they have become so comfortable with. Additionally, you know, that fire, that zeal, that passion he brings in when he would, criticize stupid stuff black people were doing. He's now criticizing stupid stuff conservatives are doing. And suddenly, even though he's telling the truth, they don't like it. They had no problem when he was being so forceful, so direct, so truthful with black people. But now that he's being truthful with conservatives, all of a sudden it's an issue. All of a sudden they're offended. All of a sudden they're snowflakes. Wow. It's amazing how easily and how supportive people are of the truth being told to others, but they don't want to hear the truth themselves. That's astounding. So now here we are, 105,000 subscribers less later. And people are like, oh yeah, see, that's what you get because he's a liberal now. I would not say he's a liberal. I would also offer that he does not say he's a liberal. I will offer that he's actually looking at information that a lot of people that rely on talking points aren't looking at. And they're just married to talking points because they're just trying to sell something like merch, like Back the Blue, or, some stupid stuff like that. Whereas he actually wants to be on the right side of the issues. He wants to know what the issue is, what the truth of the issue is, and he wants to get it right. I applaud him. And it takes courage to stand on that, even in the face of losing money, potentially. I don't know if he's losing money. I don't know how he has things set up. He could have his business set up. I don't know how his setup is, but the potential that he could be losing money because he's losing subscribers is there. The fact that he's willing to stand firm to what he believes in, despite his losing subscribers, I definitely give the man a hand. And as always, I almost forgot. But how does this tie into everything else? So, like I said, the Ahmaud Arbery and the George Floyd cases was the time when a major shift happened, because Amazing Lucas wasn't the only person to take note on how far Candace and Brandon and that Black Conservative Inc., how far they were going to appease a certain demographic. A lot of people realized it. A lot of people have actually stepped back and distanced themselves, other than Amazing Lucas, because of that rhetoric, because of the lies being told, because of this false narrative being pushed by Brandon Tatum and Candace Owens. People notice it. They notice the bull. And that has caused a major split. And that's going to bring us to the next chapter in the Black conservative civil war that I will bring to you shortly. As always, thank you for checking out this channel. Thank you for checking out this episode. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, share, subscribe to the channel. If you like the coverage, you like somebody who has a fresh perspective. I'm not team anybody. I'm not team Democrat. I'm not team Republican. I'm not team red. I'm not team blue. I am an independent thinker. I am a free thinker. And if you're a free thinker too, subscribe to the channel. Of course, if you disagree with me, if you are an automaton, if you are a drone, if you are a robot, if you follow the instructions you're given from either team red or team blue, and you hate me because I don't, give me a thumbs down and say which team you play for in the comment section. I'll see you next time.